Hi, and thanks for watching this Finance with Excel video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a graph in a Mac. It's very similar, but it's useful to just be able to go through so that if your students have questions, you can help them see the various things that they can do. So this is the exact same data that we had for the graph that we made when we put a graph on two axes. And so to create a graph here, so I already have the data, so I can put this anywhere in the data, and then I just go to Charts. And then I click on line and I say just give me a line, and so now it's giving me a line graph. But we notice with this graph that we are running into the same problems with this graph that we were with the other ones, and namely that this series is so much larger than the other series that you can't even see them. So to do that, to fix that, you right click on these, or if you don't have a two button mouse in Mac, it's just control click. So you hit control click and then you go to format data series, and so we want to put this on a secondary axis, and then OK, and then now we also want to put this second one on a secondary axis too. So do the exact same thing, format data series, and then we want to put it on the secondary axis, and we click OK. So now we're basically to where we were. So let's so with this red series, we want to make it transparent, do some of the formatting things that we did with the old one. So we just right click and click on Format Data Series, and then we go to this line option. And with this line option, we want to keep the color the same, but we want to increase the transparency. Once again, we get the complex formatting warning, just say yes. And then we want to increase, transparency to maybe 60% or so. And so let's just go ahead and put 60%. And then click OK. Oh, and then we go to weights and arrows. So the weights is a little bit different. So this is where we do the line width. We want to make drop the line width to about 0.5. Then we click OK. So we can see it made our larger line more or transparent. Now let's take the middle line, the weighted average line, and control click. So I just go to Format Data Series like we expect, and then go to Line, and then the color, I want to turn the color into this reddish color, and then go back to Weights and Arrows, and we want to make it a little bit skinnier. And then we click OK. Now we want the line that shows the stock price to be black, so we do the exact same thing. We control click, we go to Format Data Series, and then we want the color to be black, and we're okay with it being a little bit thicker. So that's all we need to do there. And then we just click OK. So now the graph, we also want to get rid of these bars right here because they don't tell us anything because they're only attached to one side. Now there are two ways. Now we look at the axes. On this right-hand axis, we need to get rid of the decimals, and on the left-hand axis, we need to turn it into percentage, or to dollars. There are actually two ways to do this, and one of the ways is just to manually go and do it. So for the right-hand axis, I'll show you how to manually change the thing, and for the left-hand axis, I'll do it via link, or via the second method. Now Excel automatically assumes that you want the formatting for this axis to be the same as the formatting for the data that refers to that axis. So what I can do is I can simply highlight this column, and then I can go to Home, and then I can change this to currency, and then get rid of two decimal places. And you notice it automatically changed this left-hand axis. I could do that there. On this right-hand axis, the other way to do it is I right-click on the right-hand axis and I go to Format Axis. Then I go click on this number, and once it comes up, there we go. It says linked to source. Now in order to change anything, I have to unlink it to the source. And then I can just come here, and it's already in percentage form. I just want 0 decimal places. And I click OK. Now to put legends on or axis labels on, and to move this legend, first let me get rid of this middle one like we did on the last one. And I just go to Chart Layout. And so for the chart layout, I have my legend options, and I want to show the legend at the bottom. And now I want to go to axis titles, and primary vertical axis, I want a rotated title. And this is going to be, we'll call this stock price. And then for axis titles, I go to secondary vertical axis, and I click on rotated title. and then I can say volatility. And then lastly, I can go to chart title, and I go to above the chart, and then it's going to give me a chart title. And I can now just say Google stock price, and volatility. So now I've got this graph. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this, or we're going to cut this graph, and we're going to move it to a new tab. And let's, oh, there we go, thank you. And then we're just going to paste this graph in a new tab. Now, we'll kind of like we did with the last, with the PC version of this, let's highlight the entire tab, go to Home, let's fill with white. And then we have everything here except for now we have this box around this that we need to fix. So we're going to right click this, we're going to go to Format Chart area, and then it's going to go to line, and it's going to say, and then we go to line. What kind of line do we want? We want no line. Then we click OK, and we come back, and it's gotten rid of the line for us. So now we have created in a Mac the same graph that we just created in a PC, and this introduced you to a lot of the features of making graphs in a Mac.